Hi, Mr. Writers. Well, I don't know. It's been really hot here. I hope you're staying cool. Um, Today, I thought we'd talk a little bit about developing characters that your readers like, that engage your readers so they are engaged in your story. And that's so particularly true for your sleuth detective, whoever they might be. Um, you want your character to be engaging. It's just a reality of your story. An engaging character is one your reader wants to get to know, and so you're going to start right away with giving them something to wonder about. Your character doesn't necessarily have to be likable, but they have to be relatable. Um, and they need to be entertaining and interesting. And that's why unlikable characters still work. Um, when your reader is engaged with your character, to follow them through all the ups and downs and wins and setbacks of your story, that's what you want. So let's use an example. When couples get engaged, they agree to a long lasting relationship, and that relationship is marriage. And you want your reader to love your character enough to be engaged, to follow them through the ups and downs and obstacles and mishaps and trials and triumphs of your story. So, to create an engaging character, you need to understand how readers respond emotionally to the way you present your character from the opening pages throughout your story. Just like an engagement, you want your reader to know the most intriguing traits to start and then reveal more as the story progresses. So put a ring on your reader's finger, and let's talk about 6 ways to help you create engaging characters. First off, it's personality over physical details. Um, While you want to flesh out your character as much as possible in your character Bible, you don't need to share everything you know about your character in your story. So work on your character's personality and give hints of the physical details. I think readers really like it when they're able to use those physical detail hints to imagine what your character looks like. When your reader creates an image in their mind, they form an emotional attachment. So give them room to imagine by using broad strokes to describe your character's details, and let the reader fill in the details. And then give them a goal. A character without a goal wanders through your story. And with a goal, your reader can root for your character to achieve their goal. So now in a mystery, we know what the goal is, and that is solving the mystery of who the killer is. Um, so along the way, your reader will feel disappointed when your character meets an obstacle, and they cheer at your character's victories. So your character's goal is the impetus for your story, and readers want a purpose. Readers love to root for your hero, and no matter what the obstacles and the problems that they confront, your reader knows what the goal is, and they get to root for your character to overcome those obstacles. Uh, your reader can follow your character through their journey, and um, they care, okay? And your goal will vary depending on your subgenre, but the main point is to give your character an identifiable goal. Your reader wants your character to achieve the goal. And then just a little hint, uh, if you give your protagonist two goals, an outer goal, and that for us is solving the mystery, and an inner goal, like overcoming a fear of snakes, you can add depth to your character and give your reader more reasons to engage with your character and allow the two goals to come into conflict. And then, of course, you want your character to be proactive in every sense, in every sense. Um, So your character must take action. They may get help from a sidekick or a mentor, but your protagonist is the one who takes action. It may be right or wrong action, but your character is the one who acts, and not the sidekick, not the love interest, not the mentor, your protagonist. Your reader is following your character, so give your reader a way to empathize with your character's action. When your character acts, they create consequences. Oh boy, this is the fun part of writing stories, right? And these consequences impact your reader and keep them involved in the character and your story. And your reader experiences disappointment when the action gets your hero into trouble and feels relief when the action succeeds. So let's talk about your character's complexities and nuance. Uh, while you point your character's physical details and you do those in broad strokes, you want to reveal the complexities of their character, their personality, in details. So bring your characters' complexities alive for your readers by introducing them to many diverse situations. Um, Show your reader how your character acts in these differing circumstances, and show your reader your character's many traits and foibles. Each new experience adds another dimension to your reader's perception. Layers add dimension. All right. So, and dimension gives your reader a sense that your character is real because they're just like a real person. Real people have many dimensions. Um, so they understand how that character is multidimensional. And of course, you want your character to be relatable. When a reader relates to your character, they see a connection to their own humanity. Frailties, defects, confusion, and success are all human conditions. And characters who act like people make connections with your reader. It's really that simple. So, all the dimension you add with complexity and nuance helps your reader relate to your character as though they are a real human being. And that connection keeps the readers engaged in your story. And then also, don't forget that because your character is three dimensional, they have weaknesses, flaws, and they have failure. A perfect character with no flaws, one, is not believable, but more to the point, a reader cannot relate to a character with no flaws. They don't know anyone with no flaws. And your character doesn't feel real to them. So while a reader is in your story, they empathize with your character. In other words, while they're reading, they are that character. So you don't need to overload your character with multiple burdensome weaknesses. One or two suffices to help your reader relate. Everyone has flaws, and readers recognize this human frailty in your character. Your character's flaws initiate action that leads to failure. Failure, too, is a part of the human condition. A perfect character always succeeds. Um, and a character with imperfections meets with failure. And you have the entire middle of your novel to pile on attempts that lead to failure. And while your character suffers, your reader relates. All right, so trust your characters. Once you start writing, you'll discover your characters take on life and often lead you in unexpected directions. We've talked about this here before because your characters are acting in character. And these character driven actions go deep into the character's personality, and they are the food for creating believable characters. So always listen to your characters and model your characters on people, give them a personality, add a flaw and weakness, and then set them off to achieve a goal. Readers relate to believable characters, so give them what they want. Okay, that's it for today. I hope that helps. And creating relatable characters. And then I just wanted to tell you a little story about, developing your character. I'm working with a new character for a short story, and because she is a sheriff's deputy in the violent crimes division, I knew her job description, but I was really having a hard time finding her. I had a couple of character traits that I knew, one not so good, but and and then I went, well, where does she live? And so I went on Redfin and I tootled around in the area where this character works and lives. And I found her a house. And one of the things I love about doing this, like I call it real estate research, is not only do they have the exterior of the house, but they have photos and sometimes even videos of the inside of the house. And all of a sudden, when I went in the house and I saw the kitchen and I saw the bedroom and this little door out to a deck and stuff, I was like, oh, I had a sense of um, who that character was from her, according to her personality. So I just thought I'd give you that tip if you haven't tried that and you're searching for how to get a handle on your character. For me, just finding my character a house really helped me understand her a lot. So that was my experience recently. All right, thank you. Thank you for being a member of the Mystery Writers Studio, and certainly uh, post your thoughts in the group. We're all writing, we're all struggling with things like who is my character? So share what your experience is in the group. All right, thank you so much.